Hello team and welcome back to another Line War cast. This is your map today in game 2 of the grand finals of the T2 2023 tournament. This game is between WelcomeTo in blue and Someone Said That My Nickname Sucks in red. This is a best of 3 in which Nickname leads 1-0. It's an upper bracket and lower bracket tournament, so what it means is that Nickname loses this first best of 3. There's a second best of 3 that goes on, because Nickname also has an opportunity to lose at least one match, just the way the tournament works. Here's where both the players have spawned. WelcomeTo a little bit to the northwest, and then Nickname in this mountain range. And neither player is going to know exactly where the other one is. This is Blue's vision. Red would see about the same. There are some trade routes on the northern part of this map. Because the spawns are so close, I'm not sure if they're going to come into play, but there are a lot of them. Little bit of a donut map-ish, not really. And then there's a trade route in the bottom right, which Nickname will have first dibs on with these starting infantry groups. The builds immediately are going to be tanks from Nickname, actually, with strikers. Strikers and tanks, you don't see that very often. With 2 barracks behind it, and then WelcomeTo goes for 2 barracks with helicopters out of the airport, which is... We generally see more helicopters in these 1v1 games, but the striker, which doesn't get as much love in this iteration of Line War, excited to see it here. Nickname spawning right beside this refinery, this energy well. So Red will have the energy required to build these tanks and strikers. And we'll see if WelcomeTo decides to turn this into just a big pseudo all-in push into the mountain range. It'll be difficult to do that. Mountain ranges in general favor the defender pretty heavily, especially if the defender can get entrenched lines in the mountain range. WelcomeTo is going to go for Sam's, which is actually a really good play that WelcomeTo went Sam's immediately. That's that gamer knowledge, that pro gamer knowledge from Blue, because as you can see, Blue doesn't realize that this is an airport opener from Nickname. 1 striker's already done, 1 tank is already complete. And the striker is going to launch in defense. First helicopter's done for WelcomeTo, who's slowly making their way around the left-hand side of the map. Nickname's already got 4 infantry or 5 infantry, whatever, down in the south. And the economies, which is always so important, it's 360 income for Blue and 350 for Red, which is essentially identical at this point. First Blue Sam is nearly out. I wonder if we'll see the classic game of tanks trying to snipe Sams. It's one of the biggest uses for tanks, for Nickname to get a handful of tanks and then to use them to destroy whatever SAMs that WelcomeTo has created. Nickname doesn't know that there's SAMs being built. Nickname doesn't know any of the producers from Blue. Probably has a decent idea that it's at least some number of barracks, given how many Blue infantry are showing up here. And WelcomeTo is also going for a dock, which tends to be a bit of a longer term play by going for a dock to get the map presence in the water, cap the territories. It allows Blue to also build transport boats. And I think in this case, one of the big deals is to scout almost, to see what's going on. It just allows Blue to land units up in the top right up part of the island, maybe even a sneaky landing behind here. WelcomeTo sees now at this point the airport and the 2 factories, rather like the 2 tanks. And I think this 1 little infantry inching forward is able to expose this tank, this factory. I keep messing up all these words. Words are hard. We know the words are hard. And so this is now, for WelcomeTo, an interesting situation. Do you want to push into this mountain range? It's probably very scary. So do you try to play contain at this point? There's 3 strikers on the way, which turns... So WelcomeTo is going to build interceptors out of the airport, because I was going to say, WelcomeTo is building artillery pieces, at least some artillery pieces out of this factory. And 2 SAMs over time wouldn't be enough to deal with as many strikers as Nickname is going to build. But I like this play. with the interceptors. A nice thing about going for an airport for WelcomeTo in this situation, and also interceptors, is it sort of forces Nickname to build some amount of SAMs or interceptors themselves. And this is important because since there's a decent amount of infantry, it's one less, every SAM that's built for red is one less artillery piece that can be used to defend against this blue push. The first boat is being created. This is very strong from Nickname with 2 barracks and a factory in the south. This choke point is a huge deal. Whoever controls the choke point will make it very difficult for the other player to actually push any further than that because of how narrow that choke is. It's still such an unattractive spot for blue to just push through to try to get to the airport. I don't know what I'd do if I was in WelcomeTo's situation. Nickname's got the first refinery on the way, and the first missile boat for WelcomeTo is going to start capping this territory that has an energy well as well. 420 income for blue, nice, and 450 for Nickname in red. 3 strikers getting launched. There's no SAMs that are here for blue. There are these 2 in the north. The nice thing about the way that maps work for Nickname in this situation is that the way the strikers have to land is they have to come from behind. They have to land the way that these arrows point on the airport. And so when they come into land, they're not going to have to fly over the SAMs. If it was reversed, of course, the strikers would have to fly in this way, fly over the SAMs, and then land on the airport and take a bunch of damage. So this I think does in general favor Nickname the way that this airport is pointing. These 2 helicopters are doing acrobatics, and Nickname's decided that this is the time to do the dance with the tanks. The tanks trying to jump on top of the SAMs. This is a very good play from WelcomeTo to keep these 2 SAMs alive. That's a very good pickup, I think, from blue, who with the interceptor gets the full scout of what Nickname has in this mountain range. So after the tanks didn't work, Nickname's going to send out the strikers, which will proc to the SAMs first. And since it's just 2 SAMs, they will be able to destroy it. There's probably a second interceptor nearly complete for WelcomeTo, and it is nearly complete, but it's not quite. So until then, these strikers will be able to probably pick off another tank. Or some amount of units. And WelcomeTo is going to go for a little bit of a flank around the backside with a handful of infantry. Eco-wise, 460 for blue and 500 for red. We have to check what's going on the left-hand side. Nickname is the first one to get to this choke point and dig in, which allows and kind of reserves all of this territory for red to actually start capping. Makes it very difficult for WelcomeTo to do anything about that without using, you know, boats or planes to go around the defensive line. And because it's 2 barracks and 1 factory in general, I guess Nickname just has more units and can just keep pushing. WelcomeTo's got the scout on this at this point, so knows that it's there. And 2 barracks and a factory is a pretty big investment from Nickname at that part of the map. Really, it's this mountain range is doing most of the work for Nickname on the defense here. And in general, red has conserved the strikers very well. There's still 4 strikers. There's the 5th one being built. I think one of the strikers went down, if I remember earlier, but maybe I'm misremembering. It's a game of line where a lot is going on. WelcomeTo's got 3 missile boats. They're going to show up in this bay. I like this from blue. It just means more area that Nickname can't use the strikers. And over time, when WelcomeTo gets more SAMs, then the SAMs can focus more a little bit on the left-hand side, and then the missile boats naturally will cover the right-hand side of the map. Or rather, of where this airport is. More interceptors from WelcomeTo, who has moved 4 helicopters over to this side to deal with this little bit of a red army. Which I generally like. I mean, there's no real way that the blue helicopters are going to do anything here because of the SAMs in the mountain range. And eco-wise, 550 for red, 490 for blue. In what so far has been a pretty scrappy game. Compared to the last game, very scrappy. This is a very strong move from Nickname, building an airstrip a little bit to the south. It'll allow all the strikers to transfer down here, and then it gives them more of a direct lane towards both the airport and the refinery. Nickname can't see the airport, but the refinery is a big deal. And so far, Nickname's done a very good job to pick off these SAMs in low numbers once they're created. You see that. 2 blue SAMs going down. The strikers get out of there, and unfortunately for WelcomeTo, don't really go further to the right to actually fly over the missile boats. This is a move command from Nickname with the infantry that are going to head up towards this barracks, which is in Red's vision. And more tanks from Nickname, who also sends 2 tanks down to the south. And maybe I should just make the camera bigger so you can see the left-hand side and the right-hand side at the same time. 600 eco now for red. Still 490 for blue. And if we go top down, especially because this choke point, blue can't really push through. I think this sets up Nickname real well at this point. These 5 strikers are going to do a ton of damage. I don't even know where they're going. We can find the command. Surely it's somewhere. How am I not seeing this? Okay, this command looks like it's only targeting infantry, like the infantry is the only receiver of the command, but I think the strikers were as well. And seeing that, WelcomeTo taps out. Well played from both. Pretty interesting game. And here's some graphs, and I suppose if I was way more baller, I'd scream GG, like tasteless. StarCraft 2, I don't know if anyone watches StarCraft 2, but you know what I mean. Good casting stuff. But either way, GG, well played. Congratulations to SomeoneSaidThatMyNicknameSucks for winning the T2 2023 tournament and Line War. Congratulations to WelcomeTo in the runner-up position, and to everyone who played in the tournament. Took time to schedule the matches. You can check out the match replays in the tournament replays channel in the Line War Discord. And check out the Line War Discord just in general if you want to chat, ask questions about the game, look for matches, the whole the whole deal. Very excited for AI. The excitement is palpable, is the word. Not sure about the timelines, but we, very excited for that. Very excited to see you on Line War, play some games. And folks, I hope you have a wonderful night, day, evening, whatever it is. Thank you for the support. See you soon. Peace.